This is the fun bit.
Yes. We're proving we can do it. Yes.
So I'm
We're
hoping
proving we
we're
can do
live.
it. Yes.
So I'm
We're
hoping
proving we
we're
can do
live.
it. I
Yes.
do have a big echo.
Uh,
Everything's
so
repeated twice.
there we go. So we're live. We had a little bit of a when we couldn't get on live, but we're here and it's exactly 6 o'clock. So that's pretty
Wow.
good going.
That is.
So I'm really delighted to be here at 6 o'clock. And I actually don't know anything really much about the lady I'm going to be talking to, other than what I've gleaned in the last well, we chatted a couple of days ago, didn't we?
Yeah, just
Via
just in chat, via
in
chat.
chat. Yes, but this is the first time we've met, and we met literally 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
So, so I am interviewing, but I'm also, really looking forward to finding out more about you and everything. So, for anyone who's out there, if you're joining us live, it would be lovely just to know where you're coming from. You can let us know in the comments below. If you're joining us on replay, it would also be really helpful if you put hashtag replay underneath, because that helps us decide whether this was a good time to schedule our live call or not. Okay.
Clever.
So, Julie, what do I know about Julie? I know that Julie has she's in joined recently a business accelerator program, which is how we met.
Exactly.
So that's to do with our online business. I also know that you live in the Netherlands.
I do.
And I also know, although I have to admit I haven't listened to any of them, that you run a fabulous podcast called
I do.
Fabulous After 50. Is that
50,
right?
indeed, already 153 episodes, I think, because we've got a lot to talk about, right? Because we're so
Yeah.
fabulous. Yeah.
So I haven't listened, but I only found out about it at sort of 3 o'clock this afternoon. So I haven't really had time. But we're just going to have a little bit of a chat. What I'd like you to do is just to tell us briefly um, a little bit about what you were doing before you got involved with, working in this online space. Um, so if you're okay to kick off with that, does
Yeah,
that
I
sound
am. Now, one word you mentioned was brief, so feel free to rein me in because
okay?
at the fresh age of 57, I've had quite a life so far. So I am British, was brought up in France and was married 20 years to a Dutch diplomat. So lived in Cameroon, Uganda, Senegal, Berlin, all over. Originally, I'm a
Wow.
management consultant. But of course, with that sort of career and then raising our three children, I did a lot of different things. I love what I've set up. I run my own company called the Kennedy Connection about helping people be heard. So I promote people, I write for them, I coach, I do host masterclasses, all that sort of thing. And I do a whole array of things. I'm a very multi-passionate, busy bee. However, so I divorced. I divorced in 2012, and then realized that, I have an amazing CV with degrees and 5 languages, and I've lived all over and worked all over, but it doesn't come down to anything really concrete when we're talking about a
Okay.
career. And I didn't mind that much because I had created my own company already in 2009, and I love it. I love my Be Heard motto, etc. But financially, it's a roller coaster.
Okay.
So I had one of those line in the sand moments in November last year or the year before when I actually did what I usually do. I spontaneously volunteer to do things, and then I take over the whole thing, and I organized this big conference. Um, but I wasn't paid because, of course, that was never part of the mandate. And at the end of the
Okay.
month, I'd earned 153 euros. And that's when I thought, Julie Kennedy, what are you doing? This is not
Yeah.
sustainable.
Yeah.
I
That's
have no, and I mean, I have a lot of energy but how long for? And what about looking after the future, Julie?
yeah.
Right? It's all this, yes, I'm free and I do what I want and I work when I want. And if I want to go jogging or swimming, then I'll work later in the day. I am totally my own boss, but I have no savings. I have no pension because I've always worked in this sort of way. And I realized that financially I was very insecure and I could,
Yeah.
blubber on as much as I wanted about freedom, but without financial freedom, there is no freedom.
Yeah. That's really interesting because I mean we've had obviously very different, lives up until now, but that really resonates with me because that was, that was my moment in the sand, really. It came a little bit later in terms of
Right.
age, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, that makes so
And
much
then it's
sense.
just a question of timing, because actually I had been approached many times with this sort of thing, because I'm quite a visible person, let's say, and I was always like, over my dead body, no, no, no. But then, the timing, it's all about the timing. It was literally the
Yeah.
same week that I'd had this, okay, this is not good. You've got to think like an adult, stop behaving like a teenager or a hippie or whatever. You know, um, Somebody offered to look at a masterclass, which I would normally have said thank you very much, but no thank you. And I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I went through the whole roller coaster of, oh my gosh, it's not for me. And is it a scam? And is it too good to be true? And then you listen to what people are saying around you, but something about the soul-based way of
Yeah.
doing business and the educational platform and the fact that I'm a solopreneur, so there was a team, there's people around you to support you, to motivate you. And I was very drawn, and it went up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, with lots of people saying no, 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 no. And then I said, okay, then. But then a few days later, he said to me, well, look, you're just looking so miserable. There's obviously something here that's really pulling you? And I said, there is, because to be honest, I do not see with my style of life, I travel a lot. So now I
Yeah.
don't move every 3 or 4 years like before. I am based in the Netherlands with my new partner. Um, but I compensate by traveling a lot. And that is what gives me joy. I love connecting with people. I love traveling. I like discovering. So it has to be online.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we have to sell something, right? We're all selling
Yeah,
something, a
absolutely.
service or a
Yeah.
product. And I thought, well, at least these products are very much in line with what I believe in. It's all about health, and I'm a water girl. I mean, I'm in the water all the time. I swim every morning that I'm here
Oh,
in
wow. Yeah.
this lake. It's only 18 degrees, but yeah, I at home I swim in the sea. I'm a real water person, so it sort of made sense. And yeah, it was a big leap of faith, and I haven't regretted it a second.
So how long ago was it that you
Coming up
joined?
to a year.
Okay. Okay. So that's
Coming
because
up to a year.
I only joined in May.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I was a bit of a slow starter, let's say. So I joined, and then I went straight away on holiday to Thailand because I hadn't timed it very well. And then the time I got back and Christmas, and I started to get my head around, there's a whole, you're very much taken in hand. You do a launch
Yeah.
your own business,
Yeah.
you go
Yeah.
through all the steps. So it took me a while to actually feel like, okay, I'm getting this, etc. And to be honest, it stays work in progress. It really
Sure.
does. As in, there's not a day that goes by without I learn something new as a tool or a skill, but also about me, about how I'm holding myself back. And I think, yeah, of course, the money and all of that is great. But to be honest, the personal journey I've been on since joining, and I'm a coach, right? I've been working on people and mindsets since the beginning of time. I've always been fascinated about people, what
Yeah.
makes them do what they do, how can we change that? So to say that, it really is an endorsement. The platform, the educational platform around it is absolutely amazing. And of course, the compensation scheme is what
Sure.
attracted me. I
Yeah.
thought this
Yeah.
is a way I can make serious, sustainable money, but in an ethical way.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. That is so brilliant. Well, that was fantastic. So I didn't really have to ask you any questions because you kind of
Just
answered
sorry.
the questions before I got there. But that's okay because I wanted to keep this brief because people don't have a lot of time. So just to wrap things up, what would you say to anyone who's, indecisive at the moment, who's sat on the fence, who's not sure, who thinks it's a scam, all the stuff that we've both been through? What would you say to them?
Well, I think I would recommend what I did, and of course that might not be for everyone, but so I followed this masterclass. The first day I was bowled away, loved the community, loved the vibe, all about being authentic and, soul-based, but also selling, right? That was my lacking point, was that I
Yeah.
didn't convert it into money. Um, but basically, okay, I've already got my brain fog again. What was your question? Oh, it's what would I recommend?
Yeah,
What
what would
would
you
I
say to
recommend?
someone who's you know,
Well, what
looking
I
but
did in
not
the end,
sure.
was all this yes, no, up and down, up and down, up and down. And then the lady who'd mentioned this to me in the first place, she said, look, it's very simple. I suggest you go into the platform. You could
Yeah,
pay, I think it was $49. Then
yeah,
you go in on the inside. Then you're not strolling on the, on internet where there's yes and no and for and
yeah,
against and this and that. You go really in. You see what the products are. You see the testimonials. You see live the people in there, and they are very authentic. And basically, that's how I fell in love. That's when I sort of said, this is what I want to
yeah.
do.
I
It's
mean,
going to be
that's
hard.
it's such a good deal, that, isn't it? That you
Yeah.
can actually go in and have an inside, if you like, and have a look
Yes.
at the platform.
And when
Uh,
I saw the educational side, because also as 50 plus, I was also worrying about the technical side of stuff and, the young people, it is
what
online,
you
so
mean
they're all
going
so much
live on
faster.
Facebook?
Exactly, exactly. But, we have a lot of years in front of us.
Yeah,
Right? We're not just thinking that we're going to be dropping down dead in 5 years. We might easily, my grandmother's turning 98 in 2 days.
yeah, yeah,
I want to be doing something fulfilling with my life, but which is also bringing me this financial security so I can have more impact in my family, with the
yeah,
people around me, and keep myself safe, basically.
yeah, yeah. That's perfect. I think I really enjoyed that. So I can see completely why I was drawn to you, because we both, I think if we were in the same room together, the energy would be like,
I agree. I agree. Because you're based in the UK, right?
I'm in the UK. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But who
Okay.
knows?
Thank you so much, Julie. I'm gonna wrap it up because I think we've done a good sort of 10, 12. I'm not sure. It says 14. Oh, 14 minutes. I don't know. But that was lovely. So thank
Thank
you.
you.
And to anyone who was listening, I can't actually see the comments because I'm on Zoom, not on the Facebook bit. But we'd love to hear from you. And if you want to find out more, all you have to do is so simple, is just reach out. So reach out in the comments, or you can send me a what's it called, direct message. And yeah, and let's talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wicked.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Okay.